I think it was a very useful conference, provided a candid assessment of what's the situation on the ground and sort of possible ways where we can assist as people, as Zimbabweans in the diaspora. And also it was quite useful to see somebody in the government giving us their perspective of what's happening. Even with their frustrations, they still got a positive view going forward.
The conference today was really useful. I thought probably when I first came I had misconceptions about it, but I found it really useful, and what it's done for me is it's sort of given me the inspiration to want to go back to Zimbabwe and have a look, see what job opportunities are there, but also to start thinking about maybe creating a company of some sort in Zimbabwe that I can start investing in.
The presentations have been very good. The Zimbabwe Investment Center has made a good presentation based on facts on what is prevailing in Zimbabwe, and we have had good information that will guide us to invest, and I for one am prepared to give my support to those initiatives.
I've actually found the conference enlightening. It has given me a platform of sharing ideas with my colleagues here in the UK and also from the delegation from home Zimbabwe. And I hope we will get what's happening on the ground in terms of development, in terms of opportunities that exist in our own country, so that if we think of going back, think of investing there, at least we have the information and we know our investment is secure, is safe.
I think this has been a very positive step. I think there are a lot of Zimbabweans who are trying to do something back in their country, be that through financial investment, be that through humanitarian investment. I think people do have a sense of patriotism that goes beyond being away from home.
I like the fact that the minister has come up and honestly presented the case of Zimbabwe as it stands now, and gave us a challenge that as Zimbabweans we should take and challenge ourselves to come and develop our country. It is us who can develop it, and that has been highlighted in this conference today.
I think it's a great effort by Zimbabweans to come together with a common agenda of trying to bring meaningful contributions to the country. For me, it's been a worthwhile venture in that people from a diverse background have come together, contributing their ideas and seeing how direct investment can enhance the economy together in partnership with the government of Zimbabwe.
Firstly, it's very good in terms of networking, and then secondly, getting some information from people who are right on the ground in Zimbabwe, and I'm sure they were quite truthful, and they showed a lot of passion about the need for us to turn around the fortunes about Zimbabwe. And obviously one message I'm getting from them is let's not look at issues from party politics. Let's all be united, and we should be able to take Zimbabwe forward.
For me, it's to gain real information and direction on if, say, a person wants to invest in Zimbabwe. What does that individual or organization need to do? I mean, we can actually have a situation where it's all fuzzy, where people actually have got the intention of investing, but they don't have the practical knowledge, the intimate knowledge of how you actually go about it.
As in the diaspora, it's very difficult when you're here to work out which areas you can invest in unless you interact with people from back home who also got the authority to do it. And we've had today that opportunity to do that, and I'm so grateful. We just hope that in the future we can have more conferences, not so much in England alone, but in Zimbabwe as well.
I feel this has been a good conference, because some of us abroad really will be looking in future to go back home when we either retire, or even before we retire, some would like to go back home because that's where we were born, and we need to really support people over there.
The conference was very helpful in many ways. We found that since Zimbabwe is a very potential country, there are many ways we can try to help with
this GNU. Hopefully it will work.
I think people in the diaspora have got the ability, the resources, the skills, the expertise to mobilize the resources from all angles to try and put Zimbabwe back on its feet again. And I'm quite hopeful this is the beginning of meaningful engagement with people in the diaspora.
The opportunities are there, especially when the minister who came from the Prime Minister's office elaborating what we are supposed to be doing and clarifying points of contentions that people didn't know whether we are going to be successful or not, because the aim and ideas of the government of national unity is to make a framework of working together as Zimbabweans. Investments, working, and all those people who need to be in a way of going home or living here being positive.
I'm looking forward to more engagement really in the things that do matter, because the subject matter here, to me, the theme has been engaging Zimbabweans in the diaspora, intending to go and invest in Zimbabwe. How can that be done? What is the package that the Zimbabwean government, the inclusive government, as well as ZDDI, actually, if they are working with the Zimbabwean government to try and give to the Zimbabweans who are intending, not only Zimbabweans, even foreign investors who are intending to go and invest in Zimbabwe, because the atmosphere, it seems everybody is appreciating the atmosphere.
I think this has been a fantastic backdrop. The organisers have done absolutely, wonders in getting people together who are like-minded, and it's also been, it hasn't had the atmosphere of booing, hasn't had the atmosphere of unruliness. There's been a bit of a sophisticated angle to it, which I think is commendable. Sometimes you do see things that are pretty negative about Zimbabwe, but this has been fantastic.